Welcome to the Mane Stage. I'm Anthony Rios.
And I'm Edgar Garcia.
Today we're going to have a guest, Mr. Pierce, the art teacher here at our school. I'm not sure if most of you guys know him. But some really cool things that I know about him is that he has really good music taste. Probably because he used to play in a band.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. He was talking about that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what instrument he was playing exactly. I think it was like...
He seems like he would play like...
The guitar.
Yeah.
Like a steel guitar. You know what I'm talking about?
Ooh.
Like some really like folky...
He has aura already.
His aura.
I've sensed the aura since I had him. Well, I think I had him...
I have him right now.
I think I had him freshman year. No, I had him sophomore year.
Dude, that was like 4 years ago. You're old.
That was actually a year and a half ago, I think.
No, it wasn't. You said your freshman year?
Yes, it was.
Freshman year?
Sophomore year.
Sophomore year, yeah. I really like what we do in this class. So it's just very like... It's like calming.
It's chill.
Yeah.
Except I do my work like last minute and I'd always take an extra week.
Dude, I'm doing clay right now. I'm playing with clay. And that's like... I'm making a cow. It's sick. And I love my cow. And I wish...
Dude, my clay... Because I had made the cup or whatever, and I did like this Aztec design or whatever, and so I painted like red dirt brown around it, and it just came out black at the end, like it was burned. And I was like, I left it on there, and he just threw it away.
He threw it away
because you couldn't even see the colors on it or the design, so it was just like straight
up.
You
just had like a black cup.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want that. But anyways, yeah. So as you can tell, Mr. Pierce is a really interesting person. Like. Actually, like he's so cool.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to having him here. So hopefully he comes by soon.
All right, so we'll bring him in.
Hi, I'm Mr. Pierce, and I teach art at McKinney High School.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember you telling me, at least earlier in the year when we first started, that you were in a band at one point.
Yes. I'm currently in, I would say one band at least, but I also do some acoustic things on the side. But yeah, I've been playing music for about 30 years. Guitar,
wow,
and all different.
See, I knew it. We were guessing.
We guessed it right. We were like I was like, oh, I'm thinking like maybe he would like play like, and then he just caught on to me like, we should.
Went telepathy.
Gotcha. Well, and so I started in college. Actually, I didn't start until I was my sophomore year in college, but I really wanted to do it. I was like, I want to learn an instrument, so I did it by myself at first, and then I took lessons a little bit later down the road. This was before YouTube. This was before any of that kind of home education stuff. So it was a little bit harder in the beginning, but man, music's been a great thing. I enjoy it. The band I play in right now is more of a Southern rock country band.
Oh.
But I've played in, and I guess our band, Grohl, which I play with Miss Mater, who is a teacher in this building.
Oh, really?
Well. Oh, yeah. Miss Mater's super talented.
Wow.
If y'all want another person to talk to, she's very, very good musician.
Yeah, we're going to have a concert in here with just you two.
Oh, it would be cool. She could play multiple instruments, and she sings very, very well. And so I had the privilege of playing with her for many years in a band called Grohl, and it was a Foo Fighters cover band.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so we did all that kind of stuff, plus some 70s, 80s, 90s, a little bit 2000s, mostly rock and roll. Yeah. This band, we're doing a little bit of Southern rock, a little bit of country, a little bit of folk, but it's all done with electric. So right now I'm playing mostly Telecaster, if y'all know anything about guitars.
I know a little bit. I know a little bit.
Yeah. Actually, that's one of my New Year's resolutions. Like, I kind of want to learn more about a guitar.
Oh, man.
Like, I don't really play instruments like that. It's not really my...
Start now.
Yeah, right?
Start early. I would put that advice out to any of y'all. If you're going to do an instrument, start right away and do it every day. And that's how you do it. It takes quite a long time, but it sure is fun.
I think the hardest part is just like buying or having an instrument because
it's definitely like it's hard to find one that's like at a good quality and that's cheap.
Quality and
that is true. Yes, and in the beginning, I would just say get into something you can afford. I always suggest to people if they are starting out in guitar, acoustic's not necessarily the best way to start because it's a little bit more painful.
Yeah.
But, if that's what you got, that's what you got.
Right.
If you can invest in like a small electric, like a Squire setup, something cheap, it'll be a little softer on your hands. You're still going to get all the fretboard knowledge and, excuse me. And then you can go electric. And then you can turn it up and get a little bit of fuzz, a little bit of gain, a little bit of, that rock and roll stuff that we all love.
Yeah, I think I got my guitar at a garage sale for like $100.
There you go.
Yeah, it was.
Take that thing, take it down and let them service it for like another $100 and it'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Adjust the truss. They'll make sure the frets are in good shape. And yeah.
I'm not 1,000% sure because I'm not like very well educated in guitars, but I think it was a hammer. Yeah, and I heard that, or at least I read somewhere, I think, that they actually went out of business, and like I have one of the last few.
That
You have,
very
like,
well
this-
could be.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that is cool. What does it
Okay.
look like?
It's red and it kind of has like this orange undertone. It's like I don't want to say like leopard, but it has that kind of like
Totally
print
cool.
in.
Dude,
Yeah, yeah.
you need to show me this.
Dark fretboard or a light fretboard?
I think it's dark.
Dark. Yeah, like
Yeah.
rosewood or
Mm.
something. Cool,
Mhm.
man. No, that's a lot of fun. I never had a bad time with music. It's always been a good time, but it is work. You know, I will say that if you want to be proficient and good and useful to a band, you know, play every day and try a lot of different styles. Don't just stick with the same thing all the time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Have
I
you
really,
like?
I really like your like story because like you know how like a lot of students are really struggling with like college and like what they want to do in the future. Like they're like, oh, like do I want to be an engineer? Do I want to be like an artist? Or like do I actually want to do what I love to do? And so like for you, like I think it's pretty interesting. You like pursued this art career and you have like music, like you're in a band, and that's just like a really like creative and artistic view of life. And I love it.
You know, I think that it's important to have hobbies in your life.
Mhm.
Even if it's not something you're going to be doing as a career, things you're interested in, it helps to balance you. Balance in life is very important, and music does help me stay balanced. Even though it's still a very creative thing, like making art, it's a different process, and so it kind of removes me and gets me creative again. It gets me thinking. I'm not stuck in the same type of things every day. But a lot of hobbies, you know, not just one. I think a lot of hobbies are good. Another hobby of mine is definitely taking care of my dog. I love my dog.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So he's a big part
Dogs
of my
are
life.
nice.
I don't know if I wouldn't even say it's a hobby. He's my
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's my child.
Yeah.
basically. So you guys, you know, most
Yeah.
people understand that. And then, I love outdoors. I've always been an outdoors guy, and I still do a little bit of that, not as much as I used to. But music, I think I'll be able to do well into my old age, and that's the other thing too. You know, having things that you can cultivate over years. You know, not something that you'll master in a short amount of time, but setting yourself up with something that's a long-term goal.
Yeah.
I find that it really keeps your mental state in a good way. You know, stay positive, and
Especially during now, like just a lot of things going on politically. So
it's nice to have something to look forward to that you could focus on in your life that you can control and give effort to and see results come back. And then I think that's fun too. You know, when you get to a point, you get over a little threshold and you feel like you're doing something better, and you get that feedback from other people. That's something that does feel good in life,
it
you
feels really good.
know? It does. Yeah,
So- Do you think that like with music and even that you teach art and you see all these kids, do you think it has very like specific viewpoint in your life? Like you see things like a certain way?
Ooh, that's a good question. Sure, of course. I think that, you know, everything that you learn, everything you take in definitely not only colors how you look at things, but also gives you knowledge of things.
Right.
So it might change your idea or attitude about what those things are. So, and that's keeping an open mind. You know, I think as an artist, keeping an open mind, letting things kind of come in, not shutting things off too fast.
Yeah.
As far as ideas go, you know, concepts, things like this. And I'm talking mostly about art making, but in music as well. And I think that's another reason why I like a lot of different styles. I'm not just needing one thing.
Yeah.
But when
Right.
I started, I was mostly a blues guy. You know,
Really?
I liked
Oh.
blues a lot, and it was kind of my thing. Stevie Ray Vaughan was a big influence, you know, guys like that. And then that led me into more of the Southern rock stuff, but I also love jazz, and I do a little bit of that too. And I try to
really?
incorporate all of those things. And country's nice because it incorporates some of that jazz, rock, and then there's the little bit of that stuff called chicken picking. So if you guys don't know what that is, go check
Chicken
out that.
picking.
Chicken picking. Yeah, and that's where it gets a lot of fun. So yeah.
No, yeah, I remember. I've had a talk with my sisters because we both really love your music taste.
Oh,
Because like obviously a lot of people know of Chris Stapleton, but like at that time like we didn't really have that much exposure to it. So I think whenever I heard about your like, because you used to play your playlist in class, and like I wouldn't even put any earbuds on because of how good it was. Like it was actually like
good.
yeah,
that's
like
cool.
I loved going to your class, even though sometimes like I'd do other work, but like or like I'd stay behind and know my art.
I'm definitely a classic rock kind of guy. That's kind of my main staple. But I grew up, you know, 80s, 90s, and around here in Dallas, there was really good classic rock stations. And so
really?
that was a big deal. I don't even know if there are radio stations anymore.
Yeah.
Does anybody listen to the radio anymore?
Yeah.
I do.
Do you?
Actually,
I do listen to the
Good.
radio.
Well,
Oh,
because
that's
I find that, if it's not a podcast or some kind of YouTube video that I'm watching, I'll just go directly to music that I'm picking instead of sampling. And so I feel like I might not catch a lot of the new music that's out there right now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I do give myself a chance to kind of go find some things. I'm always looking for suggestions. So,
Right.
so that's good. But the radio, it was so inspiring back in the day because things would come on. You're just like, I love this song and I love this section, and sing along to it. But you get those beats in your head and you just can't ever get past that. And so so going back to your point, in class, I like to play those classic rock songs because I grew up with it.
Yeah,
Right.
And I feel like it's palatable across the board. It's not leaning one way or another.
See,
too
exactly.
much.
That's
So-
why I actually really loved it, because it wasn't something that you kind of like listen to every day. You're like nowadays, if you turn the radio on, you're just like, oh, like
It's
what-
gonna be
like,
pretty basic and stuff like that.
This is
It's
what I
just-
want to
yeah.
know. Is it pretty much all the songs sound about the same?
It is kind of.
Yeah.
It is pretty
I think
basic.
I've been on it,
points.
and I feel like every song is just like everything you hear is like
It
the
just-
exact same. And it's just
Yeah,
I'm
it
just
sounds
like
the same. It has the same. Tone.
you just get bored.
There's
I'm like,
no-
I'll just play on my own playlist, bro.
yeah, there's no like substance anymore. You know what I mean?
Substance is important. Very important, and especially in bands that you like. I come from the school of I want to hear musicians play. I don't
Right.
necessarily want to hear sampled songs. Although I understand that stuff, and some cool things have happened with that. But I like a musician in there. I like a
Right.
human feel.
Yeah.
And I think that classic rock idea, or any of that kind of stuff going forward in the early '90s, any of the grunge movement, those kind of bands, which I know you guys probably know that stuff. It was all that human touch. It was a lot of emotion, a
Right.
lot of content directly related to an emotion, which especially when you're younger, it can hit you. But as an older person, it still gets me. There's some bands that, like the Allman Brothers, are one of my favorite bands. Y'all might not
Really?
even know who they are.
No.
No, I don't know.
No,
who that is.
but and their live music is what I gravitate towards. I don't care as much about the studio cuts as I do the live albums.
Wow.
So I love a live sound much more than I do a studio album.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's a lot. That's like it's like that with a lot of like things, like songs, especially.
Right.
Because like
Yeah.
I think it just sounds more like you're actually there, and it's like natural, and it's like
It's like lively.
Yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean?
lively,
it feels human. Like
Very much so.
there's like a
Very
warmth
much
to it.
because the other ones just feel like performed, and you're like, oh, like it sounds good.
Yeah.
but,
And
like I want to feel.
It's cool. I mean, I get it, and I'm definitely not knocking anybody's preferences. I think everybody should enjoy what they like. It's nice. And we got a lot of choices out there, which is always great. But yeah, I think it also has to do with my age, but I do like a band. I like a band. I like a real drummer. I like a real bass player, like all that stuff hits you right here.
Yeah.
And then if the singer's really good, that just lifts you up. And then you want somebody really good on the guitar, playing all kinds of licks, and so that's like right in my wheelhouse. Or I like a good keyboard player too.
So were you like a really big fan of the Beatles?
Oh yeah, I love the Beatles.
The Beatles, yeah.
They're great.
Yeah,
They're
makes
great.
sense, yeah.
Personally, I'm more of a punk rock kind of guy.
Punk is great, and it's definitely got its place, and it took over music from like 80 to 85. It kind of kicked out all the 70s rockers. So all the big 70s rockers had to go up against that. And then if you look at what Nirvana did and Soundgarden, those guys started out as punk bands, kind of
They really did, yeah.
punk bands.
Yeah.
And they knocked out the whole hair metal band thing that was happening at the time. So if you look, it's kind of generational, but it did happen within those 20-year period.
Yeah, with
Very similar.
Dead Kennedys is a great
Dead
punk
Kennedys,
band.
yeah, that was my time. That
yeah,
was when I was in high school.
I have 2 of their vinyls. I love that band.
Yeah, they've been around for a long, long time.
Yeah. And then I really do enjoy the earlier 2000s ish rock. I don't know if you have really dived into that.
I could do a little bit. Yeah, I could do a little bit of it.
I feel like it was a very like different sound compared to the earlier years.
It started to progress and change. Yep. I'm trying to think of like a real modern band that I like, and I'm having a hard time. Most of them basically are offshoots of some of the other bands that I like, and they don't really they aren't as commercial.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of know what you're looking for to find them, And I think that's the other part. That's why I said, does anybody listen to the radio anymore?
Yeah, it was.
I don't even think I've turned my radio on in my car in so long. I don't even know if it works. I have no idea. It just goes straight to my phone, and then I'm either doing a podcast or I've already got a set of music. So when you're in a band, there's a lot of studying to do.
Right.
You're constantly kind of growing and learning other songs, and there's a cover part of most bands. Every band enjoys other bands' music, And so
Yeah.
we
Of course.
love playing those.
Yeah, everyone's
songs.
inspired by something.
Oh, and
Yeah.
it's so fun, and it's like it could be like karaoke, or it could be like exactly like the sound, or you could change it up. And I think any of those
Yeah.
blends are really
It's-
cool.
I think like Limp Bizkit did a cover of Deftones or something.
there you go.
Oh,
there you go.
I think, or maybe the other way around, something like that.
And then you
Of
can get
Deftones?
into the realm of, the bands that are covering it, they better do a good job, because if they're sacred songs,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
you don't
A
want to
lot-
mess
yeah.
with
I
stuff
know,
like
yeah.
that.
A lot of
right?
people go crazy over it. Every time someone covers like a song that's like really good or like really niche, and then because you know how like Prince came on like Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you haven't watched the new season. But,
No, I haven't.
but it basically came on and
Yeah, no spoil. I haven't gotten any.
it
We
came
were having
on
a
and
big
some
debate.
people.
I think a good example recently is if you know what the band Geese is. They did a cover. It's like it's a rock band and stuff, but like they have like a really fresh sound right now. Like it's very different from a lot of other things. Like they're comparing them to the Strokes and like Julian Casablancas' like sound.
Geese.
Geese.
Okay, I'll check them out.
You should really check
I'll
them
check
out.
them out. Yeah,
Especially, I really like their first album. Is like, I think better than the newest one. Anyway,
Gotcha.
they're actually going to be on SNL this weekend too.
Oh, cool.
Oh, really?
Okay. Well, I'll check out SNL.
Anyway,
now
they
and
did
again.
a cover of "Baby" by Justin Bieber,
Okay.
like a
Oh,
rock cover, and it was
really?
actually really good.
A rock
Oh, wow.
cover. I
I'd
think
have
I'd
to-
be
I have to go
interested in
listen to
that.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I mean, it's not. I don't know. It's like a
Shout out Justin Bieber, by the way.
yeah.
yeah.
Honestly, yes.
Despacito. Or no, that's
Yeah.
So, okay, I got one more question for
Okay,
you.
sure.
So, whenever you get in the car, you said how your phone automatically connects. Is the first podcast you play us? Are we like one of the first ones to go up there?
soon to
I
be.
will. Sure,
Soon
you
to be.
bet.
Soon to be.
You bet. I'll put you guys in my phone. I'll put it on
Yeah.
the map. You bet, man. I mean, I always as far as podcasts go, I love listening to scientists, biologists, psychologists. I like to learn.
Mhm.
I'm not just in it for just a basic conversation. I want to hear some good information, hear a debate of some kind, and I like that. It kind of feels like I'm getting a little education.
Yeah, it's always good to like expand like your knowledge. Like
I do.
I definitely. Do you have any recommendations? Because I definitely do want to watch like a podcast that's kind of like scientific. Stuff like that.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of podcasters out there at the moment.
Right.
I think that, going to some of the more popular ones, they tend to have a similar set of guests. They
Mhm.
kind of circulate.
Yeah.
So you could hit any of the top 5 podcasts right now, and you're going to see almost the same people on there.
Mm.
You'll just have a different interviewer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would say go to the interviewer that you like the most.
Mm.
That's what I would suggest.
Yeah.
See, I'm more of a knowing about the human mind and the perspective and people's experience. That's what I
Oh yeah. Those
more
are
enjoy.
those
to
are always
learn
really
about.
cool podcasts. I
Yeah,
think it's always like
I think those are really cool.
mhm. Right now, what's really trending though is like political podcasts and all that.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
the world never stops, right? And
Mhm.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
going. There's things happening all the time. So, staying fresh on the news is important too. I tend to shy away from the freshest news because, like
Yeah.
you said, it can get a little stressful.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think that's the way I kind of buffer myself so I can,
It's definitely good to do that.
when I come up to school, I want to have a fresh mind. I want to be ready for the students and,
Yeah.
be engaged here. And if I've got my mind on, everything else at
Yeah,
the
no.
time, it's
That's-
tough.
It is
Yeah,
tough,
it
but
It can be
uh,
tough, right?
Especially be like, you know what I mean, right
Yeah.
now, especially.
Especially like as a senior, I feel like you're like a lot of seniors are really worried about like what's going on, like what's going on in the world, what's going on at school, what's going on at home, and it's just like
yeah.
it gets in the way, and you're just like all stressed.
Yep.
But I
And
think-
you're right on that like adult line.
Yeah, that
right?
adult
Yeah.
line, like you're about to transition, so
Pretty
you're
much, yeah.
Mhm.
you're like, oh, am I a child? Am I an adult? Or like, what am I? It's just really
Yeah.
confusing.
These are good things to start to think about, and it's good to get it now and start to really realize that there's a lot of stuff that you have to do as an adult, not only as a young adult, but all of
Yep.
us as adults. We have responsibilities, plus we have to deal with all the barrage of information. Because and nowadays, all you got to do is like look at your phone, and you're going to get all the information you think you're ever going to need.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a whole new thing. I mean, we're still kind of, as a society, we're learning how to deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I find that for me, I put my phone down when I'm at home a lot. I do have my headphone in because I'm either listening to music, podcasts, or I'm playing music, and so I use it as more of a tool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any social media. I've never had any social media. I just stayed away from it from the very beginning.
That's good.
Right.
Social media kind of like
I
sucks
think
your
it's tough.
time away.
Yeah, and I've seen more. Well, I don't know if I should say it that way. It's not for me.
Yeah.
It's just not for me. But I understand the good stuff of it, and my wife has it, and she's always showing me family pictures, stuff like that.
Right.
And that's great. That's the best part of it. So,
Yeah.
So, well, thank you for having us here. And again, social media, check us out.
I will.
Yeah.
I will check you guys
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And thank
Also
you
the viewers
guys.
too,
Yeah.
or the listeners. Check us out. Don't
Yeah,
look at
for sure.
anybody else. Just us. Just us.
Yeah. So we'll be on YouTube and our MHS1 website.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce, so much.
Hey,
for
thank
having
you
here.
guys.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah, it was very nice having you here.
Yeah,
Nice
thanks a
having
lot.
you.
Yeah.
Sorry, my hands are a little sweaty.
Oh, you're good.